Hi parents and families. This is the third video on using the unique curriculum. And I'm going to focus on navigation inside a tile. So once you have some sort of activity planned out, what you can do to move throughout it. So we've logged in, we have our tiles, and we've decided that we're going to do some math. So clicking on a math tile brings us into a lesson. You will see down here a couple of buttons. The Go button takes you to specific pages. So if a lesson is too easy or too difficult, you can move forwards or backwards. Each lesson gets progressively more difficult as each page goes by. Except if it's literacy, in which case it kind of does the opposite. So you can use the button labeled Go to punch around yourself and figure out where you are at specifically. There is this, which is like an arrow button, brings up two things. It brings up page navigation so that we can go to the left if we push left, go to the right if we push right, and then if we get really lost, now we're off the page, we can always hit one of these two buttons to recenter the information. Additionally, to the Go button, let me show you one other thing. You can also zoom in if you need to isolate certain things using the plus and minuses right there. And again, you can recenter using the buttons. You can flip the page by going forwards and backwards. That's what the forwards and backwards buttons do. And you can have the page read by pushing the button below. More for literacy buttons. But the great news is that if a student touches the specific key, specific sentence, it will read it to them. So I will give you an example.
Chris has 2 spoons. 2 spoons.
Okay, so now that students know what the expectation is, that we need to count 2 spoons. We can then touch
1, 2.
And have them do that, and then we can match the answer. So it says 2. It gives green to show that it's the correct answer. If I do
2.
this, it will be a red answer. Okay? So it's simply one thing. The students can get immediate feedback as is appropriate so they know that they have the right answer. Some students really, really love to hear the negative sound, that bong, and that's okay. Just encourage them to, after they get their funny sound out of the way, to do the correct answer. Okay? So there's a lot of navigation and a lot of stuff to do in each page. So just think about, do I want to do math today with my child? Do I want to do literacy? Do I want to read a story? Do I want to write with them? All of these things can be done. Lastly, if you wanted to do 2 things, you can also click on the globe, the News to You globe, after you've done your lesson, and press Home. When you do that, that brings you back to your tiles again. So you can then choose another activity you want to do. If you want to work on time, you can click on time and do that. Maybe you make a mistake, go, oh, I didn't mean to do time, I want to do something else. Click on the globe again, and go home. Lastly, when you're done with your activities, please, 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 hit the exit button. This will save the material so that it can be charted on my back end, and I can see how well your child is doing in various areas. So I hit exit, and it brings us out of the program. And then we need to log in again next time we use it. All right, I'll continue to do more programs on this, but thanks so much, guys.